It's
Alright.
Oh man.
You ready?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Start dancing.
I almost confused myself.
Alright.
All right.
Thought Process Episode 1.
Here we are. Welcome. Thought Process. I have Nobility, Sir Lord Woozy right here. And then I'm Tanner BDs.
The Tanner BD.
The one and only. Welcome.
Yeah.
You're here. Let's see. Quick introduction. You want to do it?
Yeah, so I guess Thought Process. We're a podcast / YouTube channel that we're gonna just break down the lyrical works and music of like recording artists and poets and all kinds of work alike, I guess.
Yeah. Alternatively, another way to also say it is we will use basically art and culture, music, poems, like he said, and then we'll just use that as a way to springboard into like philosophical conversations, into life, into we can dig some technical issues about music. So you'll kind of see some of that this episode.
Yeah.
We are going to talk about. We just picked a song, random song.
Yeah, random song.
What song is that? What is he?
This is Andrew Belle, Deep Dive, and it says
Dive Deep.
Dive Deep.
And we're gonna do the hushed version.
So I guess it's more acoustic, maybe.
Yeah, kind of. So anyway, yeah, we're gonna listen to it now, and then after that, we will kind of give an example of some of the things that we're gonna sort of preface other episodes through this song and different things like that. So
Jump
here we
right
go.
on in.
Yep.
Oh, I don't wanna stay. I bite around your fire escape, but you won't let me go. Hot edges on your stereo started to fuse. Started to tide away with a spark.
All right. You want to kick it off?
Yeah, so I really like the intro electric piano
Oh
to like that song.
Yeah,
Just,
man.
like, it's not like a build up to it, but like it just like enters into it. And
It's just so good.
Yeah.
That's as I was writing some notes of some things I wanted to bring up. That to me is like the foundation of the song. Is that just how big that electric piano is.
yeah, it like carries like the embodiment of the song.
Oh yeah, and really everything else as you listen to it is really just a supplement to that. Like there's a little parts where you can hear a little electric guitar picking, or a little piano arp.
And like there's just almost like that bass line to some of it where it really just hits hard.
Yeah.
And, like it just it complements the entire song well to me.
I agree.
Yeah.
As we move forward in this thought process thing, something I want to make clear, because there's a lot we have to cover in just this episode right now, is let's see. The podcast is born out of the fact that I sent one of my songs to somebody who does something similar to this, and I sent it out, and it's sort of a review, and the information that they gave me was pretty subpar, I guess. Like, it just wasn't in depth. It was a really harsh critique, but it didn't help me with my art after that. Like, it's okay if you want to tear my song apart, but at the end of it, I want it to be better. That's the point of doing it. So then I was like, man, we should just start if we see if we can help people move their own art forward. And if you're not an artist, then that's okay, because we still want to talk about things that are interesting.
Yeah.
And every song, I think, has something to that degree.
Yeah.
Right? Thoughts, comments, concerns?
Well, I mean, like what you said, the listening to the podcast that you submitted to, it wasn't anything that even other artists that submitted stuff could benefit from. It was just the guy would say, "Oh, the voice is alright sometimes," and then just move to another topic. He wouldn't say what he enjoyed about the vocals of it or what he enjoyed about instruments from it. He just said, "I don't like this," and then went on. Like,
Yeah, and that's
that's
not
in depth to it.
Yeah, and that's not helpful to anybody. And so, anyway, that's the point of this. So if you're an artist of any sort, poetry or whatever, in one of the next episodes coming up, I'll use one of my poems as sort of an example because they're just to kind of get our feet wet. So here's a big question that will be thematic through these first few episodes, and probably thematic through a lot of what we talk about. Is I'm gonna read. It's a two literary lenses, but it really is the simplified version of the question of when you listen to a song, is it all about the artist and what they wanted you to hear, or once they release it, is it all about the listener, or a combination? And I've heard that question asked a million different ways. And some of it's very interesting, and some of it I really loathe.
Yeah.
And some of it I like. What do you just sort of what do you think before I read this?
I mean, I feel like a song might be intended for a certain thing, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's what the listener's going to take away from it. So I feel like it's one of those situations in a way that there's no great answer for a song's main purpose, because essentially no two people are going to listen to it and be like, I got the exact same thing from that. And like the artist of it isn't going to be like, I got this meaning from it, and that's why everybody else is going to get the same meaning from it. Like, everybody's different, so we're all going to take something away. While it might be similar,
Yeah.
we'll have different constructs of the art.
All right, I'm gonna read this excerpt because just to get us going it's called Reader Response, and it's a form of passive or close reading, and it's based on the idea that the meaning of the text is a combination of the reader's opinions, thoughts, knowledge, and past experiences, as well as the actual text itself. And that's Reader Response. New criticism, on the other hand, is a form of close reading which states that the text possesses a meaning within itself, and that readers must study the text carefully to find that meaning. I would say this is going to be maybe a bit of a bold claim, but I would say that a lot of pop music finds itself just categorically in the reader response range. So if you're making what you believe pop is, you kind of have that mindset that it's based on your experience, but once you release it, it's more about what the listeners think. And that's kind of what makes it pop. That's kind of what makes it universal. And we'll dive into that in other episodes. Just sort of a premise. And then I'd say new criticism tends to be more a lot of indie music.
Yeah. Like, it's just like a lesser known artist because they're going to like put more... Personally, I think they'll put more thought into their lyrics and their music, so it holds more of a meaning to themselves personally. They're not just trying to throw out music and make money off of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of truth in that. So let's just sort of look at Mr. Belle's song and see if we can just do a real quick breakdown on how we would categorize this. So I'll just kind of read some of the lyrics as he says, "This is my heart, dive deep. You've something I want to keep, we get carried away. Don't stop, I got nothing but time. So come down when you want to start. Oh, I don't want to stay up, out here on your fire escape." So if I'm reading and I don't know anything about this song, I'm just reading the lyric, there is a specific memory he's probably referring to right there. And now we don't know about it, but he may or may not say it later in the song. So he's setting up a little bit of story. There's some private emotions, here that I feel like we could communicate to. Like, this is my heart, dive deep. We all want to give our heart away. So I think that's something that.
Yeah. So like, I actually like wrote down those lyrics. This is my heart, dive deep. So like, it's for me like he's taking this memory from the fire escape or whatever, something personal, and like maybe it's something to do with like love and relationships, and he's like putting his heart out there and like telling this loved one to like dive deep into his heart because like their connection's so bold and strong together.
Yeah.
That he's just like putting it out there and
just
letting her see it or whoever it is.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's obviously the theme of the whole song is he's saying that he misses. He kind of keeps going to each of these little memories of like Ice Age is on the stereo, so that's probably a memory. We started a fuse. We started a tidal wave with just a spark. I didn't know you, so are you sticking around or just passing through? It sounds memory-esque, a little vague. And you go down here. New York felt wrong without you, dear. And then, so that continues to go back to what you were saying.
Yeah. My future in your laugh, like, and then your colors in my photograph. So obviously there's meaning behind each of these little segments of lyrics.
Yeah,
of some form of memory for him.
I agree. So let's kind of go back as a reference. I think we could keep continuing and break this down, but we are trying to keep these episodes short and brief. So we'll just take it back to if you were to categorize this song as reader response or new criticism, I would say that this one stands pretty close to in the middle.
Yeah.
And I don't know. This is something that I actually think about a lot whenever I write is how far forward is the story, and as you listen to music, the distance changes. And this it's kind of in between. I feel like at moments he's really close to us, saying that he sees his future with this person, but then he goes into the memories and they're just fragments.
Yeah, they're vague and it doesn't. There's room to expand on it, but like. It could be one of those things. It's his personal memories that he doesn't need everybody to know about.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
I definitely would say in between because there's segments of each category and it's just kind of all mixed into one.
Yeah.
So it's a reader's new criticism in my opinion.
Reader's new criticism. Yeah, that's good, and I think it'll be a lot of. I think as we continue to go through, you'll find that a lot. Yeah. Is there any more? Were there any other comments we wanted to bring up for this? I think we may have to kind of start wrapping it up.
Yeah. That's about all that I could really think of. I mean.
Yeah, I think we could continue to break this down and just. I think in other episodes we may just focus entirely on one type of reading and really continue to try to get in to each text because I think. Ultimately, for me in doing this is the goal would be that you would know what to do with the information. So hopefully, like if you're a writer or an artist, you would and you haven't asked yourself this question before, or if you have and you get stuck on it and hung up on it, is now you know maybe a little piece of insight on something moving forward. On where you want to put your lyric at.
Yeah, and hopefully with more episodes coming out, they can gain context from like another song. Like maybe the next artist that we do relates more to their piece of work and they can get more context out of it. So definitely keep watching, guys. Like,
yeah. Yes, keep watching. This is Thought Process. Sir Lord Woozy.
Tanner BDs.
Yep.
Until next time, guys.
Thanks
for listening and watching.
Thanks for listening.